If you're a facilities manager at a university, you know students rely on the cafeteria for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the occasional late-night snack. So when a dishwasher breaks down and dirty plates pile up, the mess hall can turn messy in the blink of an eye. Enter Grainger. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast delivery, the product you need now is never far away. So you can turn that dishwasher back into a lean, clean washing machine. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh, sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. And if you like that live stream, do not forget to hit subscribe and leave a message, as my daughter always tells me. Last but not least, go to Reaver.one/shop. We've added some. I love these, and these are custom handmade. Yes, I custom hand make each one of these for the buyers. Survival bracelets. They're made from 550 paracord. It's the same paracord that are used in the military parachutes. I believe it's 550 pounds. Each one of these strings can handle. So get them now. They're custom made. There is options. Right now I have only a couple listed. We will be putting up even more very soon. But you can get an American flag, the thin blue line, the thin red line, EMS, and many others to choose from. So go to Reaver.one/shop. That's REAVER.ONE/SHOP. So, I missed you guys. I really did. And I do apologize about Friday. Thursday, I had to drop my wife off at the airport, and it was right as I was doing the show, so couldn't do both at the same time. And then with Friday, well, life jumped its ugly head up and smacked me upside the head, and I had to take care of some stuff. So I apologize extremely, but unfortunately, sometimes life is life, and I have to do what I have to do. But I did miss you guys all this weekend. Well, until Saturday when my wife and my daughter finally came home from the in-laws. She's been gone like a month and a half. She comes back and she sits for not even 10 days and she starts school. It's the school system. The school that she's in is going to start August 10th. They start pretty early. It's a great school. It is the magnet schools down here in Hillsborough County, Florida. They are, I love them. I can't speak highly enough about them. And for any Democrat that wants to attack where you have choices where you can send your kids, the school system that my daughter is in proves that they are out to just keep people stupid. because it doesn't disenfranchise any of the minorities. It's granted, it's not available to all the kids at the charter school, but Hillsborough County, Florida, it does allow you, as long as you can, there's a spot and you register, you can send your kid to any of the schools in Hillsborough County. You might have to transport them, except for charter school. Magnets. And if you want to take a look at the magnet schools, these things are great. They are outside the box thinking. They're not your normal schools. They do things a little bit different. The class sizes are limited. My daughter was for her, elementary school. It centered on arts and science. And they did a lot of teaching within that realm. They actually had a garden all the kids had to work on and grow. I mean, from day one, they're out there. They're clearing from the year before. They're cleaning it, seeding it, fertilizing it. They do everything from day one to the end of school. They're working on that garden. They're learning about nature. They have science programs. They are into the arts, music and acting and all that. But you also have your regular classes you got to take. And they have done, my daughter was in the regular school system, and we went from having complaints after complaints after complaints. Cool, Jenna. We just, complaint after complaint. We pulled them out and we put her into the magnet school. And she has grown leaps and bounds in the school system. And it's by choice where we get to go. We get to pick which ones we go. When it was time for her to go into, what is it? She's in the intermediate. She's going to 6th grade. You know, we had to go, we didn't have to, but there was an open house type deal at a convention center. And all the magnet schools go there. And they vie to try to get you to go to their school. So you go around, and it's like a job fair almost. And you're talking to all the different schools and what that school specializes in. There was one I really wanted to get my daughter in. It has an agreement with NASA out of Kennedy Space Center.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
And, you know, there's some people that come, astronauts actually come across to the West Coast, teach some classes. The kids actually go to the Kennedy Space Center. And as you go through the grades, I forget what grade it is, you actually get these, their junior astronaut uniforms. That it's the same uniform that the trainees use. It's like a blue jumpsuit. It's... And because of choice, we're allowed to choose where to go. We're not being told where to send our kids. So when I hear these Democrats scream it's racist, it's against the minorities, no, it isn't. No, it isn't, because I sit here and look at the schools. They have the breakdown of ethnicity. And my daughter is the minority in these schools, in most of them. And there's transportation for it. There's ways to do it and give options so that everybody can get a better education. And it doesn't come down to exactly who you are. They look at everything. They're vying for you to go to their school, but at the same time, they look and make sure that you're going to be a fit for the school. And then there's transportation and everything. We don't do it because my daughter would have to get up like 5 o'clock in the morning, hit the bus at 5:30 to get to school by 7:15. And she wouldn't be home. She would get out at like 2:30, 3 o'clock, somewhere around there. And she wouldn't make it home until almost 5 o'clock at night. So it's like, whoa, no. I ain't doing we can drive her to and from school. In fact, I was asked when I originally expanded to 2 hours, I was going to, because I'm not a morning person, and getting up, 10 o'clock in the morning is morning for me. And I was going to actually do the show later, go from noon to 2. But unfortunately, that would involve me not being able to pick my daughter up from school. In fact, once my wife goes back to work, Mondays will be a rebroadcast of the show. But that's still a little bit ahead. That was a total sidetrack from everything. So the big news all weekend it's been, there is a gentleman, Mr. Khan. His son was in the military, died, was killed at war. And he went to the DNC and went after Trump. Now, Trump has responded to Mr. Khan, has not attacked his son's integrity, has not attacked his son's service. In fact, has thanked both Mr. Khan and the son for service and the sacrifice. Now, Mr. Trump has responded to those accusations that the father levied against them. So everybody's in Twitter freaking out saying, oh my God, look at Trump. He's attacking the father. No, he isn't. The father started this shit. The father started it. And Trump's responding. Now, what I don't understand is something very basic and simple. Mr. Khan, the father, is sticking up for the men who killed his son. He is standing up and protecting the men who killed his own son. He is doing this over political gains. This has not... I find it disgusting what the father did. You want to be against the people that got your kid killed? Number one, go after the Muslims that killed your son. Number two, go after Hillary, who did vote to go to war. I don't understand it. Now, I was going to do this later, but we're going to do it now. It's a little bit long, but there's a gentleman, I believe he is, I always say was a Marine, but I know Marines are always Marines. He wrote an open letter, and it's a little bit long, but please bear with me. Dear Mr. Khan, I want to preface this letter by stating that I respect your son's sacrifice for this great nation. By all counts, he is a true hero that sacrificed himself in service to our country. For that, I am thankful. As a veteran, I watched your comments at the DNC with a mixture of sadness and anger. The United States has a military comprised of volunteers. Every single member has made the conscious choice to join the military and serve. There is not a single service member who has been forced into service. It is important for all service members and apparently their families to understand that service to this great nation does not imbue one with special privileges or rights. I found your comments troubling when you said, have you ever been to Arlington Cemetery? Go look at the graves of brave patriots who died defending the United States of America. You will see all faiths, gender, and ethnicities. You have sacrificed nothing and no one. Does it matter whether Mr. Trump has sacrificed nothing or no one? Has Mrs. Clinton sacrificed for this nation? How about Mr. Obama? Your comment that stating that Mr. Trump has sacrificed no one is alarming. Are you intimidating that you sacrifice? Sir, your son willingly sacrificed himself. As a father, I cannot imagine the pain you must feel, but his sacrifice is his own. He was not forced to serve. I am troubled that you would allow a party that has little more than contempt for the United States service member to parade you into the DNC to denounce Donald Trump. Did you watch when protesters at the DNC booed and heckled Medal of Honor recipient Captain Florent Groberg? Did you notice your party's interrupting the moment of silence for a slain police officer? Your own hypocrisy is not denouncing these acts and instead using the DNC as a...
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
A platform to make a political point is disgraceful. The simple fact is that whether one served or sacrificed does not give greater power to their statements. One vote is as valuable as another. That, sir, is why our country is great. Your condemnation of one person for a statement while standing idly as your party disparages veteran and police officers is the height of hypocrisy. To conflate the need to prevent potential terrorists from entering our country with the beliefs that all Muslims should be banned is simply wrong and disingenuous. As a reminder, Mr. Trump said, until we are able to determine and understand this problem and the dangerous threat it poses, our country cannot be victim of horrendous acts by people that believe only in jihad and have no sense of reason or respect for human life. The irony of your son's own death at the hands of the very people in Iraq should not be ignored. I have little doubt that your son would have recognized the need to protect our country from those very people. In fact, he held his own troops back so that he could check on a suspicious car. Your son understood sacrifice and how to protect his people, his soldiers, his fellow Americans. As you continue to make the media circuit and bask in the glow of an affection cast upon you by a party that has little regard for your son's own sacrifice and veterans in general, I would ask you to consider your comments and your positions more carefully. Respectfully, Chris Mark, United States Marine and Navy veteran. And you can go to Reaver.1. I have this posted on there with links to the original article or posting. He puts it well. I don't think that Trump is disrespecting the military at all. The father is the one that is disrespecting the military. I find it disgusting that that father would stand up with the DNC, who despises the military, despises veterans. What more? It just... He stood up there and attacked Donald Trump. And whether it was Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, they have the right to respond. I don't hear the media and people freaking out about the attacks on Pat Smith. I don't see the media blaring that all over when someone threatened Pat Smith with death. Her son gave just as great a sacrifice when he was killed in Benghazi. And if you have read the book, read any of the files, he was helping protect Ambassador Chris Stevens. He was helping with Chris Stevens. His job was an IT professional, not security. But he stepped up and sacrificed. But I don't hear anybody freaking out when people have made death threats towards that woman. I don't hear people freaking out on the left or in the media when Hillary Clinton sits there and calls her a liar. Straight out. She calls her a liar. But that's okay. But Donald Trump responds to Mr. Khan. And not disrespectful. Everybody freaks out. I don't get it. The hypocrisy of the left. Do as I say, not as I do. We've seen it time and time again, and I can't believe people actually fall for it. Welcome to those that are in the chat room. Joining the conversations. Say anything you want. If you just go to the bottom of the page and log in, you can use your Facebook, Twitter, or make a custom. And I think when you hit the custom one, you can hit as a guest. If you don't want to put your name for it, that's fine. It's Mr. Khan stepped in this. He disrespected the memory of his son when he decided to get up there. I give all respect to military and vets and those that pass away, die, however you want to put it, in their service to the country. I am forever in their debt. Their family has sacrificed also by it. But that doesn't mean they have any special privileges, that their voices means more than mine. Well, I give respect, yes, but doesn't mean I'm going to let you sit there and beat me up. And neither should Trump. Now, if Trump would have singled this guy out of nowhere for no reason, yes, I would be pissed at Trump. And I would be on the bandwagon of attacking Trump for that. But Mr. Khan stepped up on that stage for political gains, to further his career as a immigration lawyer, and to gain favor with the DNC. And I don't understand it. He is protecting and helping those that killed his son. Because those are the people that Trump is talking about. It just boggles my mind.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
And I don't understand. He made that one statement of pick up the Constitution and read it. Nowhere in the Constitution does it say we do not have the right to protect this country from foreign invaders. It does not say that. Nowhere in the Constitution does it say we cannot protect the country from extreme Islamic Muslims. We're not out to ban all Muslims. But we need to stop the influx until we can figure out who's who and what's what. There's nothing wrong with that. We've done it before. The Democrats have done it before. But they kind of try to hide that fact. I don't understand it, except It's not the pandering. They can't do any pandering with the people with those statements. Because that's all the Democrats seem to do anymore, is pander whatever the view is. The popular view. Well, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with Mr. Khan. I am not against Trump because he stepped up to defend himself. And if he offended Mr. Khan, oh well. People get offended too easy nowadays. I'm offended by Mr. Khan's comments. I'm offended by him disrespecting his son's memory. I'm offended that that man went up there and protected, or is trying to protect, those that would do harm to this country. Those are the ones that killed his son. I am offended by that. And more people should be offended by that. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising, YouTube, Speaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network. Now, at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. And if you want to watch a broadcast, go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. Last but not least, you want to support the show? You want to support SHR Media? Go to Reaver.one/shop. That is REAVER.one/SHOP. You can pick yourself up pro-gun t-shirts, Reaver Common Sense logo. You can even pick up survival bracelets. That's right, survival bracelets. Each one has a minimum 8 foot of paracord. Hey, you never know when you're going to need some cord. Tie something down in an emergency. Tourniquet. Noose. No, don't make a noose out of it unless you're trying to make a trap. But you never know when you might need 8 foot. It could take up to 550 pounds. It is strong as hell. And it is very decorative. We have it in an American flag. Thin blue line. Thin red line. EMS colors. Reaver of Common Sense colors. We even have bunker gear colored paracord. If you're a firefighter and you want your paracord survival bracelet to match your bunker gear, we got that too. So just go to reaver.1/shop. Now, I was talking about, and this was one of the articles, Hillary called Benghazi mom a liar. But media freaks out over Trump on Muslim parents. Donald Trump is in another media controversy, this time over his reaction when he was asked about the emotional speech at the Democrat National Convention by the bereaved parents of Captain Humaguna Khan. Sorry if I butchered that first name. An immigrant soldier who died in Iraq in 2004. As noted here at Breitbart News, the speech was a powerful rebuke, though factually incorrect. The Constitution does not bar religious tests for immigration, for example. Now, the media has dutifully weaponized the speech to attack him. In several interviews, Trump was asked to respond to the speech, which Khan's father gave while his mother stood silent. Trump responded, "I'd like to hear his wife say something," referring to the fact that women in the Muslim religion are subordinates. They are not allowed to speak. That she had to stand there and just stand there. Trump said the same to Stephanopoulos, adding that the Khan's father, Khazar Khan, looked like a nice guy to me in defending his own sacrifices for America. He suggested that the Clinton campaign had scripted Khan's remarks, a charge the family later denied at MSNBC, and returned to his basic policy argument of, "We've had a lot of problems with radical Islamic terrorism." That's what I would say. In response to the usual freakout, Vox.com, for example, wrote an article headline, "Donald Trump slanders Captain Khan's family is horrifying even for Trump." But when bereaved Benghazi mother Patrick Smith spoke at the RNC the week before, one Vox writer called it an example of a long-standing Republican tendency of extreme overreach. And another said it was a scary appeal to the GOP base, a new crossing of the line, an ugly degradation of the norm in American politics. Another rushed to reassure Vox readers that no official inquest into Benghazi, and there have been many, has found evidence that Clinton is personally responsible for the events of that night. Another cited Smith's speech in the audience reaction of "lock her up" really disturbing, and another argued that spotlighting Smith felt a bit explorative, and at the same time irrelevant. You want to talk about horrifying? The double standard in the liberal media. Again, they attacked Pat Smith. They called for her death. Yes, a writer for GQ magazine said he would like to kill her. That was okay. Mr. Trump talking about how we have problems with radical Islam is horrifying. Other media outlets reacted the same way. Political Fact rushed to fact-check Smith's claim, though her story has been corroborated by other bereaved Benghazi parents. Could Trump have been more gracious? I don't know. I think he was gracious enough for a man that was attacking him and making claims and never knowing the man. But Clinton, whose negligence contributed to Sean Smith's death, essentially called Patrick Smith a liar on national TV, and a few in the media objected. Some, in fact, joined Clinton's attack. The double standard is getting glaring and fucking tiresome. Stephanopoulos asked Trump what sacrifices he made for the countries, following up on Khan's rebuke to Trump. You have sacrificed nothing and no one. Don't forget, Bill Clinton avoided the Vietnam draft, a subject that came up in his 1992 presidential campaign, as Stephanopoulos surely remembers. And let's not forget that Khan's father made the circuit this past Sunday on all the morning shows and reiterated, Obama's point of terror has nothing to do with Islam. Now, Trump has issued the following statement via Twitter and his campaign website. Captain Khan, killed 12 years ago, was a hero. But this is about radical Islamic terror and the weakness of our leaders to eradicate it. Captain Khan was a hero to our country, and we should honor all who have made the ultimate sacrifice to keep our country safe. The real problem here are the radical Islamic terrorists who killed him and the effort of these radicals to enter our countries to do us further harm. Given the state of the world today, we have to know everything about those looking to enter our country, and given the state of chaos in some of these countries, that is impossible. While I feel deeply for the loss of his son, Mr. Khan, who has never met me, has no right to stand in front of millions of people and claim I have never read the Constitution, which is false, and say many other inaccurate things. If I become president, I will make America safe again. Further, Hillary Clinton should be held accountable for her central role in destabilizing the Middle East. She voted to send the United States to war against Iraq, helped lead the disastrous withdrawal of American troops later that created the vacuum, allowing the rise of ISIS, and has never met a regime change she didn't like, which have all been disasters, not to mention her invasion of Libya and her abandonment of American personnel in Benghazi. The loss of these lives in Libya is directly traceable to Clinton, but their families' testimonies were rejected by the media. Clinton's actions have been reckless and have directly led to the loss of American lives. And her extreme immigration policies, as also laid out by American victims in Cleveland, will cause the preventable deaths of countless more, while putting all residents from all places at greater risk of terrorism. As Bernie Sanders said on numerous occasions, Hillary Clinton suffers from bad judgment. I am sick and tired. It's not going to stop. And there's people so simple-minded, they buy into the liberal media and keep buying into this mainstream liberal media bullshit. Trump did not say anything derogatory towards Mr. Khan. Everybody, they're trying to spin it to give brownie points to Hillary Clinton. I don't buy it. It's absolutely appalling. And how they can stand there with straight faces, attack Pat Smith, but uphold Mr. Khan attacking Trump. Hillary Clinton is directly responsible for those people's death. I don't care what goddamn investigation. I got a brain. I can put two and two together. It is either her or it's Obama. One or the other. One of them failed to send in support. That's all it would have taken. And even if we would have had loss, if support was given in, sometimes people in dangerous situations like that lose their lives. If support would have been sent in, you wouldn't. I'm 99.9% positive. Chris Perantu, Mark, and John would not be out there saying what they are. If support would have been sent in, everything would have blown over. It would have been done with. But no, Hillary and Obama played patty cakes, did not send in the support that was requested, the support that was supposed to go. Everybody was spinning up. Everybody was ready to go. They could have been there within the first hour to 2 hours of the incident happening. It would be a totally different subject. Even if they were allowed the assets that were at the CIA annex to head over immediately to give support while other support was on the way, they would allow those Predator drones to attack, and if they would allow the jet fighters that were overhead that just wanted to go below the deck and hit the afterburners, they could have dispersed the crowd for a little bit, giving more time.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
To get everybody the hell out of there. Got support there. It would have been a different subject. But no, Hillary and Obama played patty cakes and never sent the support. Never allowed backup to go help those people. And now we have 4 dead Americans, and Hillary wants to ignore that she had any part of it. She has had scandal after scandal surrounding her. From her days on Whitewater, where she was thrown off for illegally taking top secret documents home. This woman has never been able to be trusted by her decision making, going all the way back to Whitewater. And even her husband had to lie about her past. If this woman is elected, we will no longer be the United States. She will continue Barack's push for the globalization. She will continue the push for us to become the North American Union, which will do away with our borders. Kiss jobs goodbye, because we're going to be flooded. And that is by Hillary's own support. Donors have said that our jobs will be all but destroyed. I can't understand people that want to do away with the nation. We are America. I will keep fighting and fighting, because if we do away with America, give up your freedoms, people. Give up your Constitution, because we're not going to have it anymore. And it's going to be on the whims of the government whether they want to give us any of these rights, including the right to a trial, probable all the other rules that come along. And the liberals are just blindingly helping push, and they're denying the facts that this is going on. I can't understand it. You can't see the facts that are in front of your face and the destruction that they're pushing of this country. Jesus Christ, at the DNC, they didn't have American flags up. They booed a Medal of Honor guest speaker of the DNC. The DNC asked him to come speak. He was speaking on behalf of the DNC, and they booed him. They've been so brainwashed. Then they wonder why people say that the Democrat Party is anti-military. Look what they did. This is the same group that spit on returning Vietnam vets. They have been indoctrinated with an anti-military, anti-U.S. message for over 40 years now. And people are training new kids to take their places. And what do you think that progressive message is? It is not a message of America. Now, when it comes to Clinton and her many, many, many scandals, an NSA whistleblower, the agency has all of Clinton's deleted emails. You know, we all joked about it about the 30,000 missing emails. I mean, Russia has said they have them. And the NSA says they have them. The National Security Agency has all of Hillary Clinton's deleted emails, and the FBI could gain access to them if they so desired. William Benney, Binney, a former highly placed NSA official, declared in a radio interview broadcasted on Sunday. Speaking as an analyst, he said it raised the possibility that the hack of the DNC server was done not by Russia, but by a disgruntled U.S. intelligence worker concerned about Clinton's compromise of national security secrets via her personal email use. Me personally, I do not think Russia was the one that hacked the DNC. I don't think it was hacked. I think it's more plausible someone in there as a DNC worker downloaded everything onto a portable hard drive, flash drive. There's many other items you could choose from with that, and walked out with it. Russia is not going to sit there. They admitted already to hacking us, and they got a lot of our information from the Democrats. They've already released some of it. They have no problem admitting. They're sitting there going, we didn't do this one. Shit. Damn, we wish we could have done it. This one wasn't Russia, but they're using it as a ploy to trying to get people to stop looking at the emails, the WikiLeaks information. They don't want you looking at it. Why? Because it makes the DNC look bad. So they're going to point their fingers in every direction, and they're trying to place this squarely on Trump's plate. So so they can get away with all the bad shit that's in there. The fact that they call Mexicans taco bowl engagements. They attack black people in their emails. They attack every minority in there, and they want that covered up. Why? Because they don't want you people knowing the truth. The DNC is about the DNC and doesn't give a fucking rat's ass about anybody. It doesn't care about anybody, and that's 2 goddamn F-bombs I dropped today. Dang it. Sorry. They're trying to cover up their issues, their problems, and they're trying to push it on Trump. And there's so many weak-minded people that they give in and they fall for it. And I can't believe that people are so gullible. But this gentleman was an architect of the NSA's surveillance program. He became a famed whistleblower when he resigned on October 31st, 2001, after spending more than 30 years with the agency. He was speaking on this reporter Sunday radio program, Aaron Klein Investigative Report Radio, broadcasted on New York's AM 970, The Answer, and Philadelphia News Talk 990 AM. He referenced testimony before the Senate Judiciary Committee in March 2010 by then FBI Director Mueller, in which Mueller spoke of the FBI's ability to access very secretive databases to track down known and suspected terrorists. Benny goes on, now what Mueller is talking about is going into the NSA database, which is shown, of course, in the Snowden material release, which shows a direct access into the NSA database by the FBI and the CIA, which there is no oversight of, by the way. So that means the NSA and a number of agencies in the U.S. government also have those emails. So if the FBI really wanted them, they can go into that database and get them right now. He stated, of the Clintons' email as well as DNC emails. Asked point blank if he believed the NSA has copies of all of Clinton's email, including the deleted correspondence, he responded, yes, that would be my point. They have all, and the FBI can get them right there. It's even I've been saying that for a while. Everybody's been saying it. We can go to the NSA to get those emails. This hack into the DNC was not done by Russia. This was done, I would agree, by probably somebody that's getting tired of the Democrats getting away with murder while everybody else is held to a higher standard. And it's not hard to go in and act that you're somebody else. These Democrat people are not that smart when it comes to this stuff. Jesus, you have one lady sitting there admitting that they don't want sensible gun control, and this woman was a delegate for Hillary, works for the Hillary campaign. Sits there and says they do not want sensible gun control. They can't say they want gun bans because nobody will get elected, so they say sensible gun controls. They get people elected into the positions, and then they can start banning guns. That's what it's about, people. But yet the people that support the Democrats keep going, I'm going to elect this person. They're not going to ban. They're not going to go against the Constitution. Jesus, I can say I'm a goddamn Martian. Does that make me a Martian? No. People, get your heads out of your ass. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Speaker, YouTube, and now iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network. Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We're always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware the Jersey takeover.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
This year, every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
Is it me, or is modern rap like the worst shit you've ever heard? All they do is get a catchy-ass beat, throw some cocky lyrics on it, and call it music.
I get it, but if it's so easy, Mr. Fancy Pants, why don't you just make a music video yourself?
Yo, maybe I will, dog.
What the fuck?
Get him up. Yeah. Yo, Lincoln Foxy's up in this motherfucker.
Blow your mind. We might be crazy. We might be drunk. We're sipping on whiskey. And now here we come. And we're riding dirty. This must be fate. 3 words are for your fate. Bitch, I operate.
Wake up in the morning and I'm feeling kinda fresh. 5 pounds of bacon on my motherfucking chest. Carbon stained pillows, hands smell like lead. Under my mattress, gun safe as my bed. Loaded up mags, just ready to blast. ISIS flag when I wipe my ass. Blowout kit with my speedball bag. Dressed up in my tactical swag. Looked in my pocket and found 0 fucks until I pulled out my custom Glocks. Even wore multicams to my first date.
Wait, what?
Bitch, I operate.
We might be crazy. We might be drunk. We're sipping on whiskey. And now here we come. And we're riding dirty. This might be fate.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And that was from Matt Best, Bitch I Operate. A bunch of military guys, and they got some great businesses going. And they do some videos, and yeah, that's... If you haven't listened to it, check it out. Go to YouTube and just search for Bitch I Operate. It's quite funny, actually. I now annoy my wife. I'll just walk out from the show on the breaks, go get something to drink, and I'll just be like, Bitch I Operate, and just walk by her. So, let's see. Where are we? Remember, this is the Reaver of Common Sense show, and we're making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch broadcast, go to Reaver.1. Click on the live stream. If you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to Reaver.1/shop. That is REAVER.ONE/SHOP. Besides the great t-shirts that we have for sale, we now offer custom handmade survival bracelets. Some of these are a limited time only offer. So go there, get them while they're hot. All right. Let's see. Where are we? Besides me being in Florida. Let's see. Looking around. Let's see what's popping up before go to some of the stuff I have. How is it? For those that don't know, the gentleman who shot Ronald Reagan is now free. I think that's an injustice within itself. The man tried to kill Reagan.
How to have fun, anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Woohoo!
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com. VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Again. Injured multiple people that day. And now he's walking free. And I find it's... John Hinckley Jr. should never be allowed to walk out. I don't think he should have been allowed to go visit his mother like he was. If she wanted to visit, she could have came to him. Criminals have too much privileges nowadays. And as my father puts it, my father suffering from being shot by a criminal, it's called criminal justice because only the criminals get justice. Nobody else gets it. There's more protection and it's by liberals, more protection to criminals than there is for the victims. And it seems to go with these terrorists. The liberals are out to protect them while pissing all over the victims, by pissing all over the Americans. Talk about Hillary right now on Fox in response to the FBI email investigation. Of course they're going to try to convict that person, but they let Hillary get away with breaking the law. Our justice system is a joke by the liberals anymore. Absolutely disgusting. I have no respect for the FBI. They are a joke. Their leader is a joke. And I don't know how any of those agents still stay working for that agency after they turn their back on not only justice, but the American people. And then Comey stands up and covers up Clinton's actions. And what does Clinton do? Smacks him right in the face and calls him a liar. How do you like that one? She goes out and calls him a liar. That she never sent any classified. Everything was done retroactive. It just... It just makes me laugh. I guess he thought he was going to be one of them, and she threw him right under the goddamn bus and ran him over. How does that feel, Comey? How does it feel? You protected her, and she just threw you under the bus. I wouldn't trust you to guard my dog. I wouldn't trust you to guard the shit pile. And the other ones that I'm getting tired of, Koch brothers are turning out to be just a big piece of shit. They're now saying they will not oppose globalist Clinton. As news reports indicated, the Koch brothers are furthering Hillary Clinton's candidacy by refusing to run negative ads against her. House Speaker Paul Ryan will headline a lavish retreat hosted by libertarian billionaires in the Freedom Partner Chamber of Commerce. As CNN reports, the powerful political network helmed by Charles and David Koch is ruling out running advertisements intended to hurt Hillary Clinton, another sign of their insistence on avoiding the presidential race. The Koch network has previously said they will not back Republican candidate Donald Trump, but on Saturday, officials told a reporter they will not run negative Clinton spots. These guys are for open borders. That's why they were pushing open border candidates. There is no difference anymore between the Republicans and the Democrats. It is more who is nationalist and who are globalist. And that's what it comes down to anymore. You have a large faction on both sides of the aisle that want to push this globalization of the world. They want to do away with the country. And I don't give a shit what they say. They're going to cover their lies. It may start with just open borders and a union, but just as the European Union is doing. Now that they have God knows how many citizens in it that have been since day one in a union. They don't know anything else, and they don't care about borders or nations. So to vote to become one huge nation is no big thing to them. And that's what they're going to do here. It's going to take a generation or two, but then they will push to do away with America. And I do not want to leave my children and my grandchildren to be in that shitstorm. I will fight against these garbage politicians, and they're on both sides of the aisle. And Jeb Bush, he was going to push it. In fact, if anybody's was going to lay down for Hillary Clinton, it would have been Jeb Bush. He would have laid down like Romney, like McCain did. McCain has done it time and time again, and Romney still does it. They lay down for Democrats and don't fight for the Republicans. Same shit, different day. One has an R, one has a D. But the main issue is who's the globalist and who's the nationalist. I am a citizen of the United States of America. I am proud to be a citizen. I am a patriot. I do not want to be a North American Union person. I do not want to be part of some global union. I am a U.S. citizen. These scumbag billionaires. And what's funny is these never Trumps who talk about being conservatives and being constitutional.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Conservatives and patriots are the ones that are backing this globalist movement because that's what Ted Cruz is pushing. And now I'm hearing his political career in the Republican Party is not too stable. That his reelection efforts may be in trouble. I'm hearing rumblings that Rick Perry is going to step up and challenge him during the primary. Now, I've also heard some rumblings. I don't believe them, but I'm going to pass it on. I don't believe it, but there's a little, that little spark in the back of your head that says something's up with this. If you remember, on the way to Dallas, when they had the memorial for the 5 officers slain, the one that Obama pissed all over. Well, Ted Cruz jumped on Air Force One with Valerie Jarrett, which was really weird that she came on that trip. She usually doesn't travel on those types of trips, to my knowledge. So it was Valerie Jarrett, Obama, I think it was Biden, Hillary Clinton. And now I'm hearing reports that Mr. Cruz may be leaving the Republican Party. Well, maybe not leaving is the correct term, but he may be going to the Democrat Party, which would not shock me. I don't believe it, but it would not shock me if he did that. You have this group. They are not conservatives, people. I can tell you I'm a conservative or I'm a Martian or I'm the goddamn president. Their actions speak differently. Cruz sits there and talks about how he admires Obama, how he got elected, his tactics. Tactics he has used as a senator make me question his motives. I really wonder about Cruz anymore. I wonder about Rubio. Jeb Bush, shit. Hell, as soon as I heard him open his mouth, I never trusted that man. These people are more globalists than anything. And Charles and David Koch, that's all they are, is globalists. They want to push this global nation bullshit because they'll make more money while the American people get pissed all over and live in poverty. There will be no more nation. And House Speaker Paul Ryan is another one of them. I wouldn't trust him as far as I can throw the little bleep and bleep bleep. He has been pushing open borders. Says he will not support Donald Trump on a wall, but just built a huge wall around his house to protect his kids and wife. Seems Paul Ryan either A, sold out, or B, pulled the wool over a lot of people's eyes. Because I had some respect for that man. Not anymore. It's as Bernie Sanders and Jeff Sessions have explained, the Koch brothers support open borders immigration policies that will drive down wages for American workers. Bernie Sanders has described open borders as a Koch brothers proposal, which says essentially there is no United States. It would make everybody in America poorer. You are doing away with the concept of a nation state. Jeff Sessions has similarly explained that the Koch brothers are part of a cabal that is deeply committed to a massive border philosophy. There's Paul Singers, George Soros, even the Koch brothers, Sheldon Adelson, and others are deeply committed to a massive open borders philosophy, really. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. They fundamentally see that a worker in Bangladesh should be able to contract with a business in America and come here. Why should some government force say no? I mean, that's their fundamental thing. They don't pay attention to the values and how it impacts American people. Paul Ryan has similarly articulated his support for the Koch brothers-backed open borders philosophy. In fact, Paul Ryan has a 2-decade-long history of pushing open border immigration policies. As Conservative Review, Daniel Horowitz has explained, there is nobody around in the party who is more fanatically dedicated to the cause of open borders than Paul Ryan. In 2013, Paul Ryan made the case for essentially dissolving national borders, declaring that America is more than our borders and calling for an open immigration system where people from all over the globe can freely and legally enter the country and take any U.S. job without any firm limits. Paul Ryan is being challenged by businessman Paul... Dang it, I'm going to butcher this name, so let me pull out the handy-dandy app, because there's an app for everything, people. And this man, I hope he beats. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Beats Paul Ryan in the primary. We need to get rid of these people. Here, let me... No. Damn autocorrect. Damn autocorrect. Hang on. Nalon. Paul Nalon in Wisconsin, August 9th primary. Nalon has attacked Ryan for his long-standing support for the donor class's open border immigration agenda. Nalon has also attacked Ryan for his support of the TPP agreement. Because Wisconsin has an open primary, both Democrats and Republicans can vote in the August 9th Republican primary election. Reports indicate that Paul Ryan outspent Paul Nalon on advertisement by roughly 20-1. As the Journal Times reported, House Speaker Ryan spent nearly $192,000 on a TV ad released Tuesday in the Madison-Milwaukee markets, with another $25,000 for a corresponding radio advertisement, according to his campaign. Paul Nealon, meanwhile, spent about $10,000 on cable and network airtime for an ad criticizing the speaker on immigration. The ad wars offer a glimpse into a major financial discrepancy between the incumbent and challenger. Ryan was flush with nearly $10 million in his campaign account, while Nealon had about $146,000, at the end of June 30th filing period. It just blows my mind. Paul Ryan put out false ads. These little flyers he sent out. How you doing, Dan? He just out and out lied and tried to hide the fact that he's open borders. I could not believe the ads that he was putting out there trying to hide that he is for open borders. Why? Because he knows that will hurt him in the long run. But Paul Ryan will headline the retreat for the pro-open border billionaire. Nealon said, for the Speaker of the House, who should be running the Republican Party strategy for this election, to be hanging out with the Koch brother is further evidence that he is controlled by corporate donors and puts corporations before countries. And then you have Charles Koch saying, helping Hillary is... And I want to... That media keeps... Charles Koch is upset because people are saying that he is helping Hillary, which he is doing. By him playing around, he is helping Hillary. And he doesn't like it because that gives him a bad image. Well, hang on. Oh. I had to check something. But he says that that is blood libel. Billionaire Charles Koch rejected in the most forceful terms possible the rumors that he's considered lending his support to Democrat presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. I want to correct a rumor that the media keeps stimulating, and that is that I am probably going to support Hillary. That is blood libel, Koch said on Sunday afternoon. The blood libel refers to a century-old false allegation that Jews murdered Christians, especially Christian children, to use their blood for ritual purposes, according to the Anti-Defamation League. Well, you are not working against her, so if you're not against her, you're against Trump, well, then you're helping her. It's a simple concept. Very simple. Koch, who together with his billionaire brother David helms the most powerful donor network in conservative politics, laid out in more detail his rationale for refusing to support either Donald Trump or Clinton in the general election. Yeah. I believe that as much as I believe that the Tooth Fairy is real. And with that, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising, Spreaker, YouTube, and now iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network. Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
To fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We're always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean, Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutts Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeovers here, we have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch broadcast, go to Reaver.1. Click on the live stream. Last but not least, if you want to support the show, go to Reaver.1/shop. That's REAVER.one/SHOP. Or just go to Reaver.1 and click on the shop button. T-shirts galore. We got T-shirts out the yin-yang. And we now offer, I just put them up yesterday, custom-made, handmade. When you order them, they are made then. Survival bracelets. We got them in all different styles. And soon we'll offer them in a large quantity of colors. They're coming soon. So go to REAVER.one/SHOP, Reaver.1/shop, and pick yourself up a survival bracelet. You never know when you'll need some cord. It could just save your life. All right, we are on to the last segment of the show. It is commercial-free for the rest of the way. Sorry, I got to torture you guys. Happy to be back. It was a long weekend. Very aggravating weekend. Good weekend, but aggravating. And my daughter is back. She's been up at her in-laws for over a month. And I don't like when my daughter's away. I'm sorry. I know she has to go up there, but I love having my daughter around. She is a joy. And then my wife actually had to fly up there on Thursday. And I don't like it when my wife's away. You know? I enjoy my wife. I'm one of the few. I enjoy having my wife and kid around. I really do. They make everything worthwhile. So, let's see. California is the hardest state for law-abiding citizens to buy a gun, but it's not stopping the criminals. No, it isn't. The criminals still have the guns, and they're still committing crimes, while citizens are paying the price. Then they go and blame it on other states. No, it's your state for disarming the law-abiding. And they keep saying, we're not going to disarm. We're not banning guns. We're not going to stop law-abiding from getting guns. But guess what? That's what they're doing. I could tell you I'm a monkey doesn't make me a monkey, does it? Them saying that it's not going to disarm the law-abiding doesn't mean it's not. It is. That's what they want. They are blatantly lying to the public, and you're all standing around. The liberals are going, they don't want to ban guns. Hey, jackasses. They want to ban guns. They've said it repeatedly. You're just not listening. They're taking guns out of law-abiding hands. They're not stopping the criminals. Not one bit. You can make 1 billion goddamn gun laws. You can ban goddamn guns. Guess what? Criminals will still have them. Criminals will still shoot you and kill you whether it's against the law or not, because that is what they do. They don't care about your constitutional right. They don't care about their constitutional right. They will kill you in a heartbeat. They will shoot you. They will stab you. They will blow you up. It does not matter. They will friggin' strangle you. And the only way to combat it is to be armed and ready to defend yourself. Be a cop is not going to be standing there every single time. The chances of a cop being there when a crime happens is very low. And that's not a knock on police. They can't be everywhere every moment. So please, I'm not train, educate, arm. Train, educate, train, educate. Just because you get your gun doesn't mean you're done. You need to train. You need to take classes. You got to understand that weapon inside and out. You need to go to the shooting range. And let me tell you, going to a shooting range is very therapeutic. No, it's not the joy of firing and thinking you're killing somebody. It's actually very therapeutic. It's calming. I know people are like, you're shooting that violent weapon. How can it be calming? I don't know. It's just a nice calming effect. It can be fun going to the range. I don't ever want to have to pull my weapon out to protect myself. I don't want to be put in that position. But I would rather have one and not need it than need it and not have one. Because when you need it and you don't have one, there may not be another day. There's a strong possibility there may not be another day. Because that criminal has a choice. Leave a witness that could put him in jail, or leave no trace and lessen the chance of going to jail. So California is not helping its citizens, and the citizens are voting for the criminals by doing it. Putting these people in office, you are voting for the terrorist. You are voting for the criminal. That is what you're doing by putting these anti-gun liberals in office. You are putting a vote for criminals. California is marked as the most difficult, and it has a high amount of gun violence. The listing compiled by 24/7 Wall Street shows that law-abiding citizens in California have to go through a universal background check for any gun purchase, whether private, retail, or at a gun show. These checks require the dealer to submit an application to the Department of Justice in order to determine whether the buyer meets the state's stringent background check criteria. Law-abiding gun buyers are required to have a handgun safety certificate before purchasing a handgun, and the California Department of Justice webpage explains that purchasers of handguns must provide proof of California residency. Oh, but to vote you don't need it, but to buy a handgun you have to provide it. Oh my God, that blows. I thought it's racist that you had to show an ID. Oh, but it's not racist to buy a gun, but to vote. Both constitutional rights. And, yeah. Such as a utility bill, residential lease, property deed, or government-issued identification other than a driver's license or other DMV-issued identification. California requires a 10-day waiting period on all gun purchases. On July 1st, Governor Jerry Brown signed legislation expanding universal background checks to include ammunition purchase as well, expanding the state's assault weapons ban. He also signed a ban on possession of the high-capacity magazines. These laws make the path for acquiring a firearm very difficult for law-abiding citizens, while criminals bypass the controls and acquire their guns through personal connections far from the watchful eye of law enforcement. People, these laws are not going to help you. Why do you think one more law is going to stop the criminals? Why do you think 2 more, 5 more, 10, 20, 40, 100? Why do you think these laws are going to stop criminals? You're not. I don't understand it, people. Because let me tell you, when the criminals come knocking, they're counting on you being unarmed. They're counting on it. Let me tell you, these anti-guns, they're getting really brazen. I love how I need psychiatric help because I'm pro-gun, even though my father was shot. I'm supposed to immediately be against guns. No, my dad was unable to defend himself. I understand that. New Jersey did not allow my father to carry a handgun to protect himself. That criminal didn't give a shit what the laws were. In fact, they count on...
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather, now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Citizens being unarmed from state laws. So I need psychiatric help because I understand that. But I bet you if I was anti-gun, he'd be praising my tune. They're now attacking anybody that's been involved in gun violence that isn't for gun bans. They will attack you now. They're getting real ballsy. I find it to be a joke. I think their mentality needs to be psychiatrically evaluated. They believe in this fantasy world that... They believe in this fantasy land that the government is going to protect them and wrap them in bubble wrap and protect them. I know I double stated it. It just, I don't understand it. The government isn't going to be there to protect you. They don't give one rat's ass about you. It's people trying to be lazy and not willing to do things themselves. More of government do everything for me. Sorry, Hillary gave an interview with Fox News this past Sunday, and again, it was a joke. She is going to lie and pander to whatever crowd she's talking about. I don't even know what this woman stands for. She has changed her views so many times. Nobody knows what she actually stands for. She claims she's against Wall Street, but she has taken $48.5 million in hedge fund money, compared to Trump has taken only $19,000 in hedge fund money. But she's against Wall Street. And people, she said what she's going to do. And she's going out, well, we don't need the Second Amendment. The First Amendment covers that. We don't need it. She wants to remove the Second Amendment, and then if she's successful in actually removing the Second Amendment, the First Amendment doesn't cover it, and it doesn't. That's why we have the Second Amendment. I wish we could redo it on one aspect. The American citizen has the right to own firearms, weapons to protect themselves in and around and outside their house. Make it plain, make it known that everybody has the right to protect themselves. Everybody has the right outside their house, walking down the street if we have to say it, driving their car. They have a right 24/7 to protect themselves. And no one has the right to stop that. That's the only way I would like to see the Second Amendment redone, so that it is straightforward, to the point. No more interpretation, no more questions. This is what it is. You have the right to arm yourself with a weapon, firearm. You can open carry, you can sealed carry. And go from there. No law is going to stop criminals. And the sooner you dumbass liberals get that through your head, the better off we'll be. Because if you notice, stop listening to mainstream media and actually get off your ass and look the facts up, as gun control laws go to the wayside and pro-gun laws go in, allowing people to protect themselves. As that has gone up, gun ownership has gone up, gun violence has gone down to a record low. But you wouldn't know that with all the liberals running their mouth. They don't want that point known, that we are at a record low. And I'll keep preaching that. I know I've said this before on the show, and I will keep saying it until it starts getting through these dumbasses' heads. We are at a record low of gun violence with a record amount of gun ownership. So why are they pushing for gun bans about the supposed gun violence that's not there? We do not have a gun control issue. We have a self-control issue. You blame the NRA for all these shootings, and not a single member has been in the NRA. But a majority of these shooters have been Democrats. I find that very funny. Ironical funny. I find it ironic that the left, the anti-police, anti-military, pro-terrorist, pro-criminal, are the ones that want to push more laws. And then they're the ones that push for all these laws to go on the book, and then they scream about criminal injustice. That too many people are getting convicted and put in jail. You're the ones that are creating all these goddamn laws, but yet you want to cry about the criminal justice system. Well, stop making all these damn laws. Stop having so much government oversight on everything, and you won't have it. It's kind of simple. It's a very basic term. And common sense is just out the window when it comes to this. For some reason, my dang iPod keeps losing the time, or it keeps going like 2 minutes fast. I don't know why. I really don't. No more laws is going to help us. Adding more and more and more laws is not going to help us at all. Is there people that shouldn't own a gun? Yes. They've shown that they're not responsible enough. There is people. Should we have background checks? I'm not against background checks, and we have them. Should I have to, if me and my brother want to trade guns, run to a gun shop, pay all these prices? If they just want the background check, good. Don't charge us, and I'd be more than glad to say, hey, or give us access on the line to look people up without charge. Because when me and my brother want to trade guns, because I may have bought a gun and I'm not happy with it, and he bought a different gun and he's not happy with it, why do I have to run down to a gun store? I know my brother's not a criminal. I know his past. He knows mine. Or how about when my parents, who don't own a weapon, have something going on in the neighborhood that they don't trust? Why can't I lend them one of mine? I know they're responsible. They're not going to use it unless absolutely necessary. Why do we have to run down? State of Florida has no registration, so there's no list of who owns what. And it's the way it should be. It is not the government's business to know what guns I own and how many I own. That's not their business. A government that wants to control its citizens' weapons is a government that should not be trusted. No government in the history of history has anything ever good come about registration. This is the government our forefathers warned us about. This is the government that our forefathers rallied against. Doesn't mean I'm saying we should jump up in arms and start a civil war or revolutionary war against them. But what we need to do is start watching who the hell we put in office. And to start with, you may not like how Trump says things. You may not like how he says it, but he says the truth and you know where he's coming from. I'd rather be a little annoyed with somebody on how they say it than what they're saying. And I do not like what Hillary is saying. But then again, she jumps back and forth on what she's actually saying so many times, it's confusing to know what she's actually for or against. She's against coal. She's for coal. She's against coal. She's for coal. She's for the middle class, but she's going to tax us to death. It goes back and forth. She's for Obama's policies, but no, we're not doing good. Oh, but Obama did great, but we're not doing great. Which is it? Oh, Obama did great and kept us united. Oh, but there's a huge division out there. And this is coming from the DNC. It was back and forth. Every speaker gave a different scenario of what's going on. If they wanted to talk about what's actually going on, they talked about the division and all that's going on, the issues that are going on. But then they would say how Trump is wrong and how we're all getting along, we're all united. There is no division. It's Trump that's causing division, but there is no division. They couldn't tell a straight story if their life depended on it. So tired of it. People speak their minds and they're forced now to take classes so they don't offend. What if I'm offended? BLM offends me. It offends me, and I think it's racist that they sat in Philadelphia telling white people they had to go to the back of the line. They want people to go to the back of the line based on their color. They want to segregate people. But because the blacks are saying it in the BLM movement, it is acceptable. People, that is racism, no matter what color your skin is when you say those types of things. That is offensive to me, but yet the liberals push those agendas. I don't know, people. We are down a path that is not good. We are in trouble if we keep up this liberal agenda. We need to stop this path we're going. And what I find funny, Mark Cuban's now back in Hillary and running his mouth about Trump. I said this day one. Mark Cuban's jealous because he didn't think of doing it. Mark Cuban is nothing about media attention. That's all he's about. And that's his right to do it, and I don't care. But his mouth, I find you a joke, Mark Cuban. And I lost a lot of respect for you. I did. You're not as smart as I thought you were. With that, that is the end of the show. The time has come, and I wanted to thank everybody. It's an honor. It truly is an honor that you listen to me and allow me to have these conversations with you. And hopefully I pass along some information that is helpful. And until tomorrow, everybody have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN, Red Nation Rising, Speaker, YouTube, and with iTunes. Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.
Hey, it's Ryan Seacrest. Life comes at you fast, which is why it's important to find some time to relax. A little you time. Enter Chumba Casino. With no download required, you can jump on anytime, anywhere for the chance to redeem some serious prizes. So treat yourself with Chumba Casino and play over 100 online casino-style games, all for free. Go to ChumbaCasino.com to collect your free welcome bonus. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.